Hey, what's going on, Space Pirates? I see a lot of people are here already. Hopefully everybody's having a good night. Jump on here a few minutes early before that countdown ends. Hey, Rich, John, Brian, Mark B, Rich, Ken, John, who else is up here? Eric's over there. Our other Mark, the usher's here, Marty. We got a few people here tonight. Spence made it. I just actually got on, Spence. Literally just clicked on here. Hopefully everybody's doing well. Do I have my Of course. Why would I not have my fingerprint across the camera? There's no reason for me not to have my fingerprint across the camera and make things blurry. It's my job is to make the live stream as awful as possible. So your buddy Kenny here is going through some serious modeling funk. That I was going crazy with that figure. She's been stripped 3 times already. And I'm getting frustrated. And I shouldn't be, because I don't paint figures and I'm learning. But that's what's going on. I'm having trouble with the damn Enterprise. I was having trouble with that every time I paint it. There's either a cat hair or frickin' dust or something in there, and then the color wasn't right. I was like, oh my god. So with the Be a Kid Again group build, I am going to totally upset some of those super Star Trek fans, because when you see what I'm going to do to this thing, it's going to be like I did it like a kid. So yeah, no strippers, Benny. Not allowed to go spend my money on that. I stripped her 3 times. I'd be proud of that. Yes, indeed. Yeah, she's sitting in the bath again. She's getting taken down. Definitely going to get, even though the primers I have are made from metal, I'm going to get the etching primer up in that, and then go from there. As you all know, I bought the Scale 75 63 paint set. I used Scale 75 before, and I thought I had the hang of it. I really don't. I'm not happy with it. It's excellent coverage, really good paint. It's just I don't like how you have to mix it and everything. I don't like how thick it is. My go-tos are Tamiya, AK, Ammo, and the Vallejo Airlines. Vallejo regular model paint I don't like, and I'm not a fan of using the Scale 75. So I am looking to sell it. I did open up a couple bottles. I opened up 2 bottles of the Flesh and one of the Deep Reds, and I used like freaking maybe 10 drops out of each one. If that, the red I used literally one drop out of it. So the kit goes for $280 online plus shipping, plus taxes, all that other stuff. I'm selling it, if anybody's interested, for $200, and I'm only doing this for people that are on the that are in the live stream of the community, not on Facebook. It's only for our group over here. I'll split the shipping with you. If it's somebody from Facebook that just wants to pick it up, I'm not going to split the shipping with them, because I'm sure the shipping's going to be anywhere between $40 and $50 because of how heavy it is. Hey, what's going on, Dave? I just like to see her naked. Yeah, I like to see her in bare metal. She's like the liquid Terminator, the T-1000 or whatever it was. Oh, ungodly indeed. You Trek fans are going to freaking pull your hair out when you see it. I'm going to enjoy it. It's going to be like a kid painting it. It definitely is. No, I haven't got the AK 3rd generation paints yet. If they're anything like their other paints, they're going to be awesome. I do like AK paints, and they're saying these, you're not supposed to get tip dry. I don't believe that. You eventually, especially with acrylic paints, with lacquers and enamels, you don't get tip dry as often as you do with acrylics, because acrylics, you know how quick they start setting up. So you're going to get tip dry eventually, but I am going to check those out. I'm hoping they come out in sets, and then I'll spend a ton of money on a set again. my God, Bones, what have I done? Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. You're either gonna love it or hate it. One of the two. I figured, you know what? The group is Be a Kid Again, and I want to be a kid with it. So that's my plan. I'm actually gonna put the cricket into use for the Enterprise. Kind of like Eric had his Enterprise, the Rust bucket. Hey, what's going on, Bob? Mark, have you used Ammo? Ammo and AK are pretty much identical. Because you got to remember, Mig was with AK. Mig Jimenez, he was with AK. So they pretty much, have the same formulas. He is going to be rolling in his grave. He definitely is. I like the AK Extreme Metal paint. Never try the other line of paint. AK's got all their paints are good. Especially the ones, you can just dump into the pot and spray without having it thin. They really do. You can just dump them in the pot and go. Same thing with ammo. The ones with the yellow caps are the ones you can just dump in your pot and off you go. Lens flares are dead. No lens flares on this one, Benny. No lens flares at all. But we're going to have fun with it. Definitely going to have fun with it. I got to try those Extreme Metals. I don't know if they have a chrome in that. Do they have a chrome in the Extreme Metal? I haven't bought those. I have just some regular colors of theirs and a few. You never used either one. With ammo and AK, you can dump them right into your airbrush and go. If you want to thin them down a little more, you can, but you don't even have to worry. Oh, thanks, John. You don't even have to worry about thinning them down. Just shake them up really good, put them in the airbrush, and you go. Now with the AK 3rd generation ones, they're claiming that there's no tip dry or minimal tip dry. So we'll see. We'll see about that. I saw MiG, Ammo by MiG came out with a new line of paints, the shaders, which is basically copying Game Workshop's. Forgot what they called them. Game Workshops recently came out with a new line of paint that's pretty much clear, so you can just do shading. You just put it on there and it shades it for you. Can't remember, but MiG just came out with the same exact thing except under the MiG label. The fights between Robert and Matt Jeffries about the Enterprise are supposedly pretty heated. I'm sure they were. All my AKs are variations of aluminum. I'm going to be trying those out. Not a big fan of paint. I just put model on big. I like painting my bride. That's one of... Uh-oh. Here comes Maximus. Maximus is coming over. I just cleaned this sweatshirt off of all his hair, and he's going to jump up on here. Duochrome, got the set of them to use them a lot. I was using the... the Molotov. It's a beautiful chrome. Totally beautiful chrome. Use it as a pen. You can only go one way, though. You can't do like a marker and go back and forth. The only problem I have with this is the dry time. Dry time took forever. I let it sit out once when I was trying to do something chrome with this. I let it sit for 3 days and it still wasn't dry. I touched it and put a fingerprint in it. So I've given up on this, and I'll find something else that's better than that. I would love to use all clads. I can't right now, not until we get a place. And actually Sunday we're going to look at a place in the area we want. So hopefully this one comes through. And my realtor just texted me that he found another house. So hopefully something soon, and I can set up permanent residency, get my airbrush booth. I'm either going to make my own airbrush booth, or I want to get the one that unfortunately our friend Bud has in storage. It's the Patriot or something like that. It's a huge airbrush booth. What you doing, buddy? You going to sleep by my feet? I'm surprised he's surprised. Oh no, he went to sit by my feet. He hears me talking, so he's not coming up. Hey Chris, what's going on? Good to see you, buddy. If you guys have not checked out my friend Chris yet, right there with the little hands waving braille scale, go over to the side, click the 3 buttons. When you click the 3 buttons, you should be able to go over to his YouTube channel. Go over there and subscribe. Go now. Now. Yeah, I'm hoping something comes along soon, because poor mom has been on the pull-out couch for 4 years now, I think it is. So we gotta get a house already and get her into a room. Now you do good stuff, man. You see my buddy there, Braille Scale. Go check him out. He does his videos are very informative. He goes, even don't skip through it. Even if it's a 30-minute video, watch. He goes through a whole bunch of stuff. Benny, the Spastics, is that enamels? Because if eventually I want to do cars again, a car here and there. If I do cars, I don't want to do acrylics. I want to do a nice enamel or lacquer on them. Yeah, hit that sub button. Go check my buddy out. He's a good guy. Known him for a long time. One day I'll meet him too, because he's not that far. He's down in Virginia. Yeah, poor Nanny. She slipped and fell again last night. Now she hurt her butt and her neck. I didn't send them back yet, Brian. I'm sending them on Friday when I get paid. I got to get bubble wrap them up. I already talked to Ken from Badger. I'm glad you actually brought that up, Brian. I talked to Ken from Badger, and I told him about the airbrush that Mark got, the Sotar 2020, what was wrong with it. And I told him I had the chrome, and actually this is the first time I actually decided to use this one, and I got that one from Amazon too, and it's not working. The first thing he told me was, do not order from Amazon any of the Badger products on there because they're not being sold by him. And he gets a lot of them back from Amazon to be repaired because they're just somebody's, or a whole bunch of people are ruining them, not knowing what they're doing, or they just break them because they're not cleaning them or whatever. They're shipping, clean them up as best they can, shipping them back to Amazon, and Amazon shipping them back out there. So I am actually sending those two into him on Friday, and he told me to write a little note in there to let the guys know that he's a friend of mine and to make sure, you know, everything's taken care of properly. But they always do that with anybody's anyhow. There's the lifetime warranty on them. You know, usually they just charge you for parts. They don't charge you for labor. So if something's wrong with it, they'll fix it up and ship it back to you. And it takes anywhere between 2 to 4 weeks to get it back because they are busy doing other things. So I'm on another thing that's frustrating me is I'm on my Badger Patriot. I love this brush, but for me to do fine details with this guy, it's hard because my finger always wants to pull further back than I want it to go, and then I'm doing a nice small line, and next thing you know, my finger jerks back a little bit, and it's freaking ridiculous, and I messed the whole thing up. Yeah, I didn't. She tripped over. Little Kenny left his hamper out, and it's a fold-up hamper, and she stood on it and slid. So, and thanks, Chris. So, yeah, hopefully we can get into a house soon and get out of the small apartment. I have the Vallejo metal, but haven't used them yet. I don't know how those are. Try pistol grip airbrush. Those would be Grex ones. I do like the feel. I have no problem with this type of airbrush where it's in my hands. It's comfortable. Actually, with the chrome, I take that little piece off. I don't need that little piece. I like holding it like that. This is more for bigger areas. What I like about the chrome and the Sotar, it's got that little knob over here in the back where I can adjust, and I'll pull back just a little bit and it'll always stop it, and I'll get the same pattern. So I like the features of those. And I'm also looking at the Harder and Steenbeck Infinity. That's the other one that I'm looking at. That's a nice airbrush, but it's pricey. Very, very pricey airbrush. So while we're here, let's jump over to what this week's vote is going to be about. And this week, the vote, there is not a single sci-fi thing in there because the other two have been losing week by week. So this week we got the new one in here will be the Revell P47N Thunderbolt. And voting's not open yet. I'll tell you when voting's open. It's going to be exclamation point vote spacebar exclamation point Thunderbolt. So that's one of them. Harder and Steenbeck is awesome. Then we got the Revell Corvette, the CompuWare version, and then that's exclamation point vote, hit the spacebar exclamation point Corvette. Yeah, I love my Badgers too, Ken. I have no problem with the Badgers except for the ones that were sent to me and Mark that were from Amazon and damaged. And then we got the Tamiya 148 scale A1H Sky Raider, and that's exclamation point vote spacebar exclamation point Sky Raider. So these are going to be the three: this one, this plane, and then this car. So we got a bunch of stuff. I will open up the voting. Did I close that window? No, I did not. All right, polls. Let you know as soon as I start the poll. The poll should come up in the front here in a second, and then you guys can start to do the votes for next week's thing. I send back the renewed keyboard in a while. Hopefully they give you money back quick, Brian. Amazon's usually good like that. I know Augie Gonzalez, he ordered a 3D printer, and unfortunately the 3D printer was no good. It was working, and then all of a sudden the screen started throwing errors and stuff like that, and he sent it back, and Amazon gave him his money back very quickly. Yeah, I usually have, if I'm sending something back to Amazon, not for an exchange, then they get the money back into my account pretty quickly. No O-rings. That's a good thing. That is a good thing. You know, the O-rings on this Badger I got to replace. They really don't do anything on this one. It's just an O-ring on. I should go back to the big thing. The O-rings on this one are actually, there's an O-ring between the handle here that I'm taking off in the body, so it really does nothing, but you know, has a little spacer there. And then there was an O-ring up here between the head and the body, but I don't lose air or anything from there. Me, like an idiot, I left those O-rings on there when I was cleaning it in lacquer thinner, and those O-rings melted away. They melted. They said goodbye. So yeah, those are the things we're voting on. I don't know if we have anybody new here. If we have anybody new here, if you've seen the guys hitting space !space loot, that is the currency for the stream. And at the end of the month, we have a giveaway, and that's how you get raffle tickets. And this month's giveaway, while we're talking about that, giveaways, is it's going to be sponsored by Sabo Miniatures. He's going to be giving away a 8-pack of Scale 75 paints of your choosing. So if you get them and you like them, I have a whole 63 set for sale. So that's going to be one of the prizes. And since he was giving that away, I'm going to sponsor the other prize, and that's going to be the starter set for the Redgrass Games Everlasting Wet Palette, which, if you follow me on Facebook, I think I forgot to post it on the community. I did the review about 11 days ago, and I opened up the wet palette for the first time yesterday, and there was still condensation in there. So it holds water for a long time. It's actually a very good product. You know what? Let's go to the workbench now. Drives me crazy when I look at the screen and the lines aren't on there. So this is the Everlasting Wet Palette. I was actually using it yesterday or the day before. I had the acrylic paints on there, so I haven't it opened up in a day or two. And when it does, you do open it again. If you seal it nice, you heard that, it seals really good to keep the paint in there. So let's see what happened. Where's a paintbrush? So I'll tell you now, this one here is, well, that's still wet. This one was just doing glazing, a little paint and a lot of water. This was glazing. That's still wet. That's just water on top. That was glazing one. That was glazing one. This is the red. That's red paint, and that is still fresh after 2 days. This is paint, so that's still fresh after 2 days, and that's paint there with no water in it. So all three of these that were here, that was all paint, and it's still fresh after, like I said, after 2 days of sitting there. So you can let it sit a couple days. I gotta rinse that out. I only use this little corner. I'm not throwing away this paper for the little corner. So I'm just gonna make a little mess over here. Make a little mess. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna leave that in there, because I'm gonna be using this again anyhow within the next couple of days. So we'll see if that stays wet or dries up. So we know day and a half so far. Those 3 puddles were all paint, and it kept the paints fresh. I could have still painted with them, but I'm so frustrated with painting figures and everything. It's killing me. Hey, what's going on? It's actually a very dark red. I had it mixed with something else. I don't remember what color I had it mixed with. So if you're interested in this, it's good. And somebody will be winning one at the end of the month. When you do get it, the one that you'll be receiving has the Everlasting Wet Palette, comes with the band, comes with the 1 foam pad in there, and a package of 15 sheets. So I got it primed up. I actually got it primed up, but it's not going to look like this. I can tell you that much. If you weren't here for the beginning, I'm ending up, hey Matt, I'm going to end up doing the Star Trek Enterprise like a kid and doing something with it that's going to just like piss a lot of Star Trek heads off. I don't get that upset about it. I like the shows and everything, but if somebody does something funky, that's fine by me. It's always good to see something different. All right. So if you didn't know, no, it's not going to be pink. It's not going to be pink with hearts all over it. I should do that. That would actually be pretty funny. That would be pretty funny. A Millennium Enterprise. Chicken and dumplings, nice. ISU colors. I was actually thinking of doing it like the Partridge Family bus, but that would require a lot of masking and painting. So that's not going to happen. That is definitely not going to happen on that one. Too much masking and painting. No, I'm going to do something fun. It's the Be a Kid Again group build. I'm not going to worry about the seams or anything like that anymore, the injector pin marks. I'm just going to get it done, have fun with it. Like I said at the beginning, if you missed the beginning, I'm in such a rut right now, just getting frustrated. It's like I forgot how to build models, forgot how to paint just because I've been getting so frustrated with the paints that I bought because it's a learning curve. Plus, I'm an idiot, and I thought, well, I can build tanks. I can build sci-fi stuff, and they come out pretty decently. I can jump right into a figure and paint that sucker up, no problem. It is getting me so frustrated. I had to step back and say, listen, you don't paint figures. You got to learn how to paint figures. Because doing a face, the shading of the face, the highlights on a face is way different than building a tank and throwing mud and dust on it and covering up all your mistakes. Totally different. You're not hiding any mistakes on a figure. And it got in my head, and it's just been driving me crazy. So I had to take a step back. The figures... She's going to be sitting there for a little while after I watch more and more videos. And what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to do her to the best of my ability. And that's it. I'm going to leave her. I'll put her on a little stand. And that'll be my first figure. And then I'll see how I progress from there. So I'm not going to try to make her perfect because I know I'm not going to get her perfect. Even in my head, I'm thinking I should be able to get it perfect. I'm not. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to start with her. And then I'll just keep doing figures. And I'll see as they get better. And that'll be that. I did. She whooped my ass, Mark. She whooped my friggin' ass. Figures are really hard, Benny. You know, we've all been doing this for a long time, and it's like, yeah, I can jump into this one, I can jump into that one, and I have no problem. And nah, I wish it was that easy. The pro painters, the guys I watch, they make it look so simple. And then, you know, I got to get used to the how to glaze and this and that, because glazing comes in handy on the figures. It's totally different animal than putting together a spaceship. Made one with food container, sponge, and baking pan. I haven't tried it yet though. The everlasting wet palette is easy for the lazy man like myself. Plus, the good thing about the everlasting wet palette is the sponge in here. It's not a sponge. It's kind of like a chamois, and it's mold resistant. Unlike a sponge, where if you don't keep it clean, you're going to get that nasty smell on there. But I did find out a trick with, if you are using a sponge, get some copper wire and put copper wire in there in the water, and it actually fights bacteria and stuff like that, so you can do that. Chris does a very, very good job on the figures. Yeah, see? I'm glad I'm not the only one that thinks figures are very challenging. You know what? I shouldn't say, but like, I was a dope because you see me do the Grim Reaper. That's easy. That's a skull. That's a couple colors and a couple highlights and stuff like that. The robe's just black with some darker washes in between there. Jason, there's no facial features. It was just a white mask and stuff. The Invisible Man was wrapping, so I'm like, yeah, I could do figures. And the great thing about the bigger figures that I loved was, hey, Mike, the bigger figures, even if you miss some of the shading or the highlights, they're so big, natural light takes care of so many highlights and shades on it that sometimes you'll take a picture or you'll even look at it and be like, holy cow, man, that looks good because of the natural lighting. And people see the picture and think you painted it, and you didn't. It's actually the light, how it's reflecting off the thing and taking care of the highlights and the shadows for you. So I do like the bigger figures. Yeah, snap is a lot easier than glue and paint. Definitely is. Gonna try oils for faces since it's supposed to be a little more forgiving. Spence, that's what I want to do. I want to get the Aptalung 502 oils. Because watching the... Actually, whose book was it? Was it a Shep Payne book? Might have been a Shep Payne book. It's so much easier to blend your oils than it is to layer acrylics. Layering, acrylics you gotta layer and layer and layer to make it look good. Oils you can blend them together and they'll look really, really good. Oils let you blend more so you can get some natural. Look at that! I missed you. I missed your comment, Chris. I totally missed it and said the same thing you were doing. Yeah, I was reading. I'm pretty sure it was Shep Payne's book, and oils are definitely the way to go for skin tones. I totally agree with that. Because like Chris said, and you're saying, and Dr. Faust, I watch him a lot. Blending of the oils is so much easier. The only bad thing about oils is dry time. That takes a lot longer for those to dry. But the guys that do acrylics and do them well, you can't even tell they were doing acrylics. But I definitely want to get the Aptalung 502. Those are nice. Somebody got those here. I sent them those oils. I don't remember who. Yeah, that's why I'd go with the Aptalung Haken. I wouldn't just go buy like Michael's brand oils or anything like that. Hey, what's going on, Jamie? Hey, Henry, what's up, buddy? Good to see you. Add Japan dryer to your oils. I never even heard of that before. Now it's something else I got to look up. Learning all sorts of stuff. That's what I like about this group, and you guys join in and we just start talking about everything and anything. If you let the linseed oil soak into cardboard, they can dry a little faster. There you go. See, more stuff. More stuff. Always learning. Always learning. It's a good thing. It's a lot more difficult figures. Man, I learned the hard way that it's it's crazy getting into those figures. Even at the smaller scales, it's like, holy cow, how do these guys do it? But I do like watching, especially the guys that do like the fantasy stuff. It's they do a good job. I haven't been to Hobby Lobby in a while. I gotta go over there. I've seen Japan dryer at Lowe's. Look at this. I've never even heard of that stuff before. Now I gotta check it out. Now all right. Here's the question. Since you guys know the Japan dryer stuff, do you put the oil on your palette and then put a little of that Japan dryer in it? How does the stuff work? Or is it after you get your paint situated how you want on the face, then you use this Japan dryer stuff? Inquiring minds want to know. We all want to know. Because I definitely, with the busts, the bigger busts that I have, I definitely want to use oils on those. There's no way. Mixing your oil on the palette. Okay, there we go. Because there's no way I want to use acrylics on those busts. I want to go oils. Oils for the face anyhow. 26 watch, but only 9 likes. Smash that like button before Chippy comes to get you. Chippy stuff is up, so there should be a thing scrolling above me with the site if you want to order Chippy stuff. I got my Chippy sweatshirt still. I got my Chippy shirt is just full of cat hair. Max is all over it. And then we got the Chippy mug. He's on both sides, so this way you can see him and the person on the other side can see him too. So Chippy's all around. Get your Chippy mug, damn it. Go get your Chippy mug. Chippy mug. Actually, you know what? Hold on a second. Let me see something here. I could have sworn there's my stuff. Sign your own merch. That's what I do. Could have sworn there was a coupon code this month. Pricing discount. Let me see if it's under there. Damn, I'm slowing down. I sold 30 pieces of Chippy product last month and only 4 this month. Boo. I'm trying to see promotions. I could have sworn there was a promotion this month for 10% off. Guess not. I guess not. Boo. That sucks. But yeah, there's Chippy stuff there if you want. It's not a chipped mug, man. It's not a chipped mug. It's a chippy mug. Chippy will come at you with a knife. Chippy will come at you with a knife, man. Actually, I'm still looking for somebody to do the Space Pirate shirt. Somebody decent. I found a few people, but it wasn't up to... Oh, God, Jamie. Those are such bad jokes, man. Yeah, it's going to be there. The store will be there. If you guys want stuff, just run over there and get it. So, ooh. He was a little closer than I expected. That's what Chippy's going to say. Come at me, bro. So this is one of the kits that Omar sent me. The Star Trek Deep Space Nine. Highly detailed vinyl model kit. Includes display base. And, of course, it's a figure. And what's... LMHO. Heine? You can say ass. It's okay. Friday is payday. That's right. Waiting for payday, and I'm waiting to get... If anybody's here is a veteran and you had a deal... I know there's a bunch of veterans here, and you've had to use the VA website. Holy crap, man. I did it last year. I got my COE, my certificate of whatever the hell it is to get my house. I forgot it's a COE. Got it last year, and I lost it. I don't know where it went, so I had to go through the whole site trying to find this thing. It took me over 2 hours clicking links to find what I needed to find to get my COE again, to prove that I'm a veteran and I can get my my VA loan for the house. Just ridiculous. But anyway, this is the cover. Before I go into this, let me see if I can find it again to show you guys. I forgot who did it on Brit Modeler. He did an excellent job on this kit. Oh, it still is. It's still in my Flickr. No, Flickr. No, Flickr. No, I don't want Flickr. Trying to find Brit Modeler. Okay, there's Brit Modeler. Let's go over here. I'll show you this guy's build. He did an excellent job. Oh, it might be on Flickr. Okay, I'm gonna jump over here to my computer screen for a second. I'll drop that down. This guy did an excellent job on it. Who was it again? Andy Moore. I think I might know Andy. But he did a really, really nice job on the kit. And he takes excellent pictures too. Nice background. Excellent font usage. So there's Quark. He did nice on his pants, his jacket. Blow that up some if I can. The buttons look awesome, and the bands look really good too. The only thing he's missing is this cup in his hand over here. Pants are shaded nice. Black boots are easy, thank God. I like the shading he's got here underneath the lapel. He did some sick work on this guy. There's a side view of him. There's the other side view with a black background. He really did a beautiful, beautiful paint job on here. Uh-oh, I feel a cat on my knee. But I'm going to put the link in the... I'll put the link in here. Yeah, let me guess. Blood wine, prune juice. So that's him. So if you want to check that out, you can. But don't check it out while we're here. Check it out later. I'm glad so far, Mark, I haven't had to use the VA except for getting the COE to get my, try to get the house. So this is the cover. It's got pretty much the same thing on the side, same thing on the back, and it's a vinyl kit. Yeah, I watched my Uncle Jerry. He was a Vietnam War veteran. Unfortunately, the Agent Orange finally caught up with him and took him away from us. But I watched him dealing with the VA for years and years and years, and it wasn't fun at all. So let's see what we got in the box. What is this? Oh, color chart. Color chart. That's a lot of colors. If they're telling you all these colors for him, that is a lot of colors. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. You're calling out 26 colors for Quark. 26 whole colors. Then it's got join the official Star Trek fan club. I'm always curious if these things will still work. What else is in here? Ooh, subscribe to the Blueprinter. You can tell this is an older kit. And then let's see what this last thing is. English preparation, test fit, examine all parts. Gives you a separate sheet to help you along with the build. Use a service organization. They're non-profit and free. Ah, there you go. Yeah, I did it on my own. Like I said, mine was no big deal. Mine was just for house stuff. Let them know, hey, I'm a veteran. Give me my shit. So here's the instruction sheet. Got Quark on the front there. Highly detailed vinyl model kit, which I have never built a vinyl model kit. It's all of 1, 2, 3, 4 steps. One is not even really a step. It's just telling you what to cut off. I guess it is a step. What to cut off on him. Then they have putting them together. And the second one is all color callouts. And then you got the base, putting them on the base, and his little glass, which you don't glue, and then you got glue here, and you got glue there. So it's nice that they call everything out, and they actually show you where to shade under his eyes and stuff like that. So not too bad. Star Trek Deep Space Nine. Odo and First Officer Mr. Spock. Mr. Spocky Spock. Ah, my eyes. Autofocus is going nuts. Thanks for letting me know. I didn't even know. I built Batman, Spider-Man from the same material. Yeah, I've never ever done a Logitech webcam. Let's get the autofocus off. I always forget the damn autofocus. Focus auto off. Off. Omar did not open this guy up. He's still sealed in his package. From day one that he was born. I believe. Sorry about the autofocus, guys. Completely forgot about that damn thing. Completely forgot about it. That's off, Brian. So we'll start with his little base here. I'll bring the camera down some too, because I don't need it all the way up there anymore since we're not looking in the box. And Saturdays we're going to be going back to definitely building and me cursing and yelling at model kits. So we'll be definitely doing that. And I talked to Paul. He's going to be building more too. Here's his base, which is, hopefully you can see that on there, Deep Space Nine on there. This is interesting. This isn't styrene or resin. Might be ABS plastic, I'm not sure, but it's just plastic. It's nothing we would build with. I'm curious if this could be like dry brushed and brought out, but it's a nice symbol on there. This is from 1995. Definitely wouldn't glue him down, because I wouldn't want to mess up that base unless his feet go in here somehow. But it's a nice little base to put him on. Did not. Oh, all right. We'll open up the other thing. Have you got a turntable to make it on, Kenny? I don't get what you're saying, Jamie. I'm not understanding that one. So next up is his little glass. Again, nice clear. That's nice clear plastic. Put some resin in there and color it up and have a drink in there and have him holding it instead of just having his hand like in the cup shape without holding anything. It's nice and clear. They did a good job on that sucker there. See, now if I knew how to draw, that's kicking my ass too. I'm getting frustrated with so many things. I'm using, still trying to learn Fusion 360. Be interesting to build a backdrop for Mr. Quark over here. There's not many pieces to it at all. here's his legs, and his boots come on the legs, and then you got the little piece up here to cut off. The vinyl's really stiff. Now let me ask you guys, I've never built vinyl. What are you putting here? Plaster of Paris, spray foam, or something like that to keep his legs in shape? So I know people do put stuff in here. I just don't know what they put in here. But yeah, those are his legs. I won't be able to do any assembly with them because I gotta, we gotta cut these off. But you can tell he's got all sorts of weird stuff on him. He's got to be cleaned up, washed down. But it's gonna be pretty tall. His legs alone are a little over 6 inches high for his legs. All right, so you put what are you putting in there, Ken? You put plaster of Paris or spray foam in there? Spray foam, I guess, would work, but that's light too. I guess plaster of Paris would be better. It does kind of look like a transporter pad, but it's got the DS9 space station on there. It looks like. Ringy dingy. There was more parts inside his body, and he got his body over here, his upper torso. Nice detail, the buttons are there. Again, got to cut this off. Nothing really wrong with it. I wish I could slap it together. I want to see, because I'm curious how tall he'll be. Did it say on the box? No, it didn't say on the box. So right now we're up to, just a guesstimate by putting that together. That's 9 inches. We're up to 9 inches on his collar. So his legs up to his collar are 9 inches. What else we got in here? What else do we got in here? Oh, interesting. One of his arms is halfy. So this arm with all his bands, you can see, hopefully you can see. It's very hard to see. And I don't have my frickin' microphone over here as usual. 23:30, so I'm off to bed. Good night, buddy. I'll see you in a little while. Yeah, I know a bunch of people used plaster of Paris and stuff to fill it in and weight it down, but that might make it really heavy. So they got the arm bands on here. This one, I don't know why they made this arm 2 pieces, and then you got the arm band over there too, and you can slap those guys together. Oh, Nanny's getting a phone call. Nanny's getting a phone call. And then the other arm got the same thing, the arm bands with all the detail on there. But the other arm is one solid piece. You just got to take this sucker off. I guess, yeah, weight down the legs, and then put spray foam's light enough, and it would keep the shape in here. I don't think it would expand it too much. Just zap a little bit in there. But yeah. Uh-oh, Nanny's cursing over there. I don't know what Nanny's cursing about. Then we got Odo's hands. Here's the hand for his glass. Let's see how the glass fits in there, if it fits well or not. It did a good job on the hands. Curious about putting them together, because that's one of my big complaints with the bigger figures, is the hands and feet always seem out of scale for the rest of the body. I'm thinking I know why he didn't put the glass in there, because he's not holding it naturally. He's definitely not holding it naturally unless you glue it up top. But if you try to force it in here, they should have cupped. I guess I could heat these up. Heat up his hands and wrap his fingers maybe around it, but the glass definitely does not sit in his hand like in a natural position. I'd put it in there anyhow. Why not?
Well, yeah.
Not too bad. Plus, you're not really gonna, I guess, depending on how you're looking at it, you're really not gonna see it too much. So that's that. That is that. Let's put this in here. That's that. And then you got his other hands, his regular hand. They did nice job sculpting that. These vinyl kits are pretty nice. It's not too bad. Oh, there's another one. Hey, Bob. Stuffing it tight with plastic bags like more old school. Ooh, look at that. I didn't even think about that. But now plastic bands are banned in New York City, so we can't even get those anymore. The ones I got under the sink are the last ones. Come on, Kenny. Record time, get it. Vinyl turn. Okay. I get it. You're just full of dad jokes tonight, Jamie. And then we got his head.
The sports
now that
games are not going to have.
Now that looks like him.
The stands.
They did a good job on his head. All that needs to be shaded in. I was just going to ask you something about a vinyl kit too, and I don't remember what I was going to ask you guys. Oh, that's what I was going to ask you. Whoever's built a vinyl kit, what do you usually glue them together with? Are you using 5-minute epoxy, or are we using CA on them? Because I never built one of these guys, but I like how they did his face. They did a really, really, really good job on his face. And let's see how assumingly tall he will be. Get his feet down here at the bottom, and then we'll have that. And then his neck would be there. He's a little over 10 inches tall, which is nice. So that'd be a pretty big figure. Not that I could put it all together, but he'll be pretty tall. 10-inch figure. It's a nice size figure. Much easier on the eyes than that 4.5-inch figure that's been driving me crazy. 5-minute epoxy. See, CA and 5 minutes. See, Bob, you couldn't just pick one. You couldn't just pick one. CA and 5. There wasn't much to this guy. He's a good-looking kid. I really like his head. I think they really sculpted that very, very well.
I don't know what they're going to do. I have no idea.
Oh, yeah, we got to do that. CA and epoxy. There's old VH rip from Horizon about vinyl models on YouTube. I think somebody posted that on the community. I'm pretty sure somebody posted that on the community. It's a nice kit, though. I was always scared of vinyl kits, but after seeing one, you know what? Maybe they're not too bad if you get a decent kit. If you get a decent kit, you should be all right. So for anybody joining us now, let's ooh, I almost forgot to put his turntable away, Jamie. Vote Sky Raider. Hey, LTC's here. Our buddy. So who's beeping out there? Events giveaway vote. If you're just showing up, this is this week's vote. And that's the Revell P47N Thunderbolt, which will be exclamation point vote, spacebar, exclamation point Thunderbolt. Mom, I'm live. I'm live and you're loud. Revell Corvette CompuWare Edition. Mom's on the phone with somebody being very loud. Exclamation point vote, spacebar, exclamation point Corvette. And then we got the Tamiya 148 A1H Sky Raider, and that is exclamation point vote, spacebar, exclamation point Sky Raider. So those are the three this week. And there's Annie yelling at somebody. I bet you it's Kelly. Coming up. And I guarantee you that Mom was talking to Kelly. Now, speaking of the 4-inch figure, I'm going to be changing up what I'm doing for the World War II group build. I am not sure yet what I am going to be doing. I'm definitely not buying another metal figure. I'm not buying those little metal figures that are killing my eyes. I may pick up another bust from Sabo Miniatures. I may pick up something from there. Oh, Kelly, was that just you on the phone?
Yeah.
You couldn't wait.
I didn't know you were live.
It's Wednesday night.
Oh, Ken, well, you know what it is?
It's Wednesday Night Live. Or I'm thinking of maybe doing one of these two for... Oh, I'm not on the workbench anymore. One of these two for the build. Actually, I don't remember where I saw it now. I just saw, oh, Nuts Planet. I got to go look on Nuts Planet. There's another bust of Captain Winters on Nuts Planet. I got to see if they still have it. This way I can get it. What I want to do is I want to find as many 101st Airborne busts I can that are different. This way, you know, because you all know I'm 101st Airborne, so it's a sickness that I want all of these things. Oh, everybody's saying hello, Kalinsky.
Hello.
There she is. She's back in from college.
I had a shitty day.
Uh-oh, Kelly had a crappy day. Here comes the frying pan. Here comes the frying pan. So I may do one of these, but I got to go to Nuts Planet and see if they have the other one. The other one still. Anybody just jumping in here? I am not good with my Scale 75 paints. So if anybody's interested in Scale 75 paints, the whole set comes with a tray. I opened up 3 of them, used them a little bit. Not much, very, very little. Selling them for $200. So Bob says hello, Kelly.
Hey, Bob.
She says hi, Bob. She's had a rough one today.
I cried 3 times.
So, oh God, she cried 3 times today. I'm going to have a rough night. Live from New York. It's Wednesday night. Exactly. Everybody's still saying hello to you.
Hi, guys. I could come in and do a commentary.
Not right now, Kelly. Not right now.
I'm
She's-
more fun.
She said she could come on and do a commentary because she's more fun than me. Don't even say that because they'll tell you to come on. Have a drink. Yeah, I wish they. Do we have booze in the house? I have beer in the house. I don't have booze.
Yeah, booze.
See, Kelly has booze, hidden booze. Oh, John texted me. There's a house not on the market yet, 425 in Sayreville with a pool. If we're interested in, before it hits the market.
Oh, yeah?
Just letting you know,
Where?
in Sayreville. I'm trying to find, while Kelly's sitting there, while you guys are sitting there, I'm trying to find the Captain Winters bust to show you guys the other one that they have. There it is, Planet Figure. I want to see if they still have it for sale, if I can find it somewhere for sale. If not, I'll ask Brett to see if he knows where I can get the Captain Winters one. The other one. Actually, this is the one Scott on Facebook just sent me the other day. This is the other one I wanna grab. Where's my computer screen? There's my computer screen. So this is the other bust of Captain Winters, except he's holding a rifle and he's got a grenade on this one. But he's got his 101 patch, which makes him happy. Somebody did a bust of something. They took offense to me telling them they had this patch. They had my patch, like way down here. And I was like, that doesn't go there, buddy. It goes up here. And then it was something about artistic license. I was like, there's no artistic license. Put the patch where it belongs. So that did not go well. That did not go well at all. All right, what are you guys talking about over here? Get all on Kelly's corner tonight. Can we see Kelly's frying pan stash? She doesn't have a... Actually, we need a frying pan. Why am I no good with Scale 75? One, I'm used to AK Ammo, Tamiya, and the game Air Range and the model Air Range. Those are much easier for me to use. They're Tamiya. I've been using it for so long. I know the thinner ratio for me to use those. Ammo and AK and the Air Range from Vallejo, I don't really have to thin them down. If I want them a little thinner, I can. The Scale 75 is a thicker paint, and it's hit or miss with me with thinning that stuff down. I'm not used to it, and it's frustrating the crap out of me. So I don't even want to bother with it anymore. I'm going to stick with what I know. It makes it easier. And AK has a new line of paints out that I'm going to look to get. Their 3rd generation acrylics. And yes, indeed, that is why it's called a uniform. But it's an excellent paint. It's got good coverage. It dries dead flat. I mean, this is the flattest paint I've ever seen, scale 75 paints. But I'm not proficient with them, and I don't want to have to sit here and keep learning and get frustrated when I can just use the paints that I know how to use, the AK, the Ammo, the Tamiya, and all those. The ones that I will get frustrated with and keep, though, if I get the oil paints, because that's going to help out with the flesh tones. That's definitely going to be a big help on the flesh tones. Jamie said hello, Kelly. Dang, I love the scale 75. I just don't have the money to spare right now. If they don't go anywhere, Donnie, I'm not getting rid of them, so I'll be holding on to them unless somebody picks them up quick. I don't see them going anywhere quickly at the moment. So yes, that is why I don't like to say it's a different medium. I don't know what they use. It's thicker. It's like a gel in there. Thinning them with water is great. They thin beautifully and they spray beautifully if you get the right mix ratio. But like I said, I'm so used to the other ones, and I can use those. I can shade with those. I can make washes out of them. I can do whatever I want with the other ones, and it makes my life easy. So there's nothing wrong with the scale 75 paints. It's my learning curve that I just don't want to have to deal with that. I just want to keep moving along and not have to learn a new paint. So I'll stick with what I know. Yeah, I was putting the flow improver in there too, because I was actually watching one of the mini painters, and he didn't even thin the scale 75 down with water, but I couldn't tell what his ratio was, so I was having a bad time with the airflow, the flow improver. He was just using this, like Donnie said. He was just using flow improver and scale 75 together, and that's all he was spraying. He didn't add water or anything like that to it, and I haven't been able to get this either. But I don't want to pop open anymore. I opened 3. I opened the base flesh, a light flesh, and the red. And as you've seen on my palette, what I used on the fleshes, I hardly used anything. A couple drops from each. Let me check the vote. Let's see what's going on back there. We got 11 votes in. We got 11 votes in for the kits, and we have 29 people here, so that means 18 people haven't voted. So we'll go over the vote one more time. If anybody wants to get in on the vote, don't be shy. Get in on the vote. You don't have to talk if you don't want to, but it's always nice to have the votes going on to see what we'll unbox next week. Now, these definitely have more parts than what we went over today, and it'll be the Corvette, which is exclamation point vote, spacebar, exclamation point Corvette. And then we got the Tamiya 148A1H Sky Raider. I want to do this one. Definitely want to do this one. That's exclamation point vote, spacebar, exclamation point Sky Raider. And then we got the Revell P47N Thunderbolt, and that's exclamation point vote, spacebar, exclamation point Thunderbolt. So if you want to vote for any of those, we got 30 people here and 11 votes. Come on, people. Vote, damn it, vote. That's what we're here for, to see what we're going to do next week. But we'll definitely have a longer unboxing for those next week, because these have a good amount of parts on them. Now, if you excuse me, my iced tea bottle's empty, so I'm going to go grab some iced tea. I'm going to make another bottle of iced tea, and I will be right back. I'm back. I got my iced tea. I'm happy. I'm happy. Browscale has 35 space loot. Gaining the space loot for the giveaway at the end of the month. And like I said, when Brett does the giveaway, if you go over to sableminiatures.com and you check out any of the Scale 75 8 paint sets, he'll hook you up with any of those at the whoever wins at the end of the month. And I'm hooking up whoever, the other winner with the wet palette. So how it'll work is the first winner will have choice. They'll either choose the wet palette or the paint, and the second winner will have the other prize. So that's how that's gonna go down, people. Ooh, 6:54. We almost been on an hour. Let me go check the votes once more, and we'll see. 14. We got 14 votes now. Sweet. We'll let it run for the next probably a couple minutes, and then we'll end it because it's getting close to being on for an hour, and then we're gonna have dinner. Next week will be longer because we got a bigger kit. And then, like I said, Saturday I'll definitely be working on building something. Saturdays we're gonna go back to chit chat, and I don't know if I'm gonna be laying down wood for 8 hours. I might pull out the Grim Reaper base because I got to start working on that again. That's one of the shelf queens I got to work on. I got to start getting the base done, get that done, and then I got to 3D print up some parts for that. And then if the 3D printed parts come out well, we're actually going to put those parts on the store just in case you want those for your graveyard scene or anything like that. So I'm scared to do that, Mark. Hey, Kelly. Mark said, "Hey, Kelly, what's for dinner?"
I'll smash that.
She said she's going to smash my fucking computer. She's going to beat me up. But he did. It's typed in there. I'm not teasing you. Mark actually said, "Hey, Kelly, what's for dinner?" That's got to be a shirt. We'd definitely sandwich. We'll get a sandwich. Early morning for me, 2:25 here at night. All. Take care, Jamie. Good seeing you. Yeah, we got to decide what's for dinner. All right. So that thing ran another 2 minutes. We'll see if there's anything in there. Nah, there's no more votes. So I'm going to close the poll. And this one, one of them got zero votes. 0 votes. You can no longer vote on the poll, so the winner should pop up here in a second to let you know what won. And the Corvette ran away with it. So we'll be looking at that Corvette next week. The Thunderbolt got not a single vote. Nobody wanted to see that guy. Nobody wanted to see the Revell. So next week, we'll add another one to it. I'm going to look through my stash and make sure there's no kits that we didn't go over. So, Buckethead, you came at the end of the show. Boo. Boo, we've been on for almost an hour. You missed the unboxing. Yes, I would buy that shirt. You voted Thunderbolt? Did you? How come those didn't go in? Or did we not do the... I want to go back now and look. I'm actually scrolling back to see. I wish I could search it. There's that vote. I'm going slowly to look. You can see I'm squinting. I need to get... I know. Get glasses, Alice. Eventually I'll get my bifocals because that's what I need. I'm scrolling back because I want to see, because you may have voted for it and it you put the exclamation points maybe in the wrong spot. I don't know. I'm looking for the vote. I don't even see. There's Corvette. Thunderbolt. Oh no, GB, yours didn't show up. And there's Benny. So it's got 2 votes. All right, so this would have been the actual vote, 952. Those are the only 2 votes for it. I don't know why those didn't pop up. Unless I typed it in the back. Let me make sure I didn't. Let me make sure I... So there's definitely Thunderbolt. No. Oh, that is why I forgot the exclamation point. So yeah, there were two votes for the Thunderbolt. I'm a big dummy. Thank God there were only 2 votes. Otherwise, we would have had to do that all over again. That would have been bad. That would have been really, really bad. I forgot the stupid exclamation point. A couple people want that shirt, Kelly. They want the T-shirt that says, "Hey, Kel, what's for dinner?" I don't know. What do we have? A picture of Kelly or just a generic shadow of a female with a frying pan and then, "Hey, Kel, what's for dinner?" Hey, Kelly, what's for dinner? Yeah, the Sky Raider, all the Sky Raider votes got in there.
I'm putting that on his epitaph.
All the Sky Raider votes got in there. That I'm not worrying about. Yeah, just a frying pan with, "Hey, Kelly, what's for dinner?" I might actually, I might actually design that tonight and put it up there.
22 years. You think you learned how to
See if I can get that up there. That would be pretty funny. All right, guys. Well, I'm gonna go get Chippy on a shirt saying, "Hey, Kelly, what's for dinner?" I'm still trying to find somebody to do the Space Pirate one. I'm trying to get ideas for that, like a planet in the background with a pirate holding something. So, if anybody's got ideas for the Space Pirate one, just email them to me and we'll get something going. We're gonna definitely get more shirts going up there. I placed an order for 61 with Plastruct for my custom-made Falcon. Oh, nice! I didn't know they did that. That is pretty cool. But I'm gonna get out of here because I'm gonna badger Kelly to see what's for dinner, and she'll beat me up. And we're gonna do Saturday anywhere between God knows 2 and 5, depending on what's going on around here. But thanks as always for stopping by, guys. If you know anybody that likes Scale 75 and wants to buy those, let me know, or let them know to contact me, and we'll hook them up. So I'll see you guys on the site. If you haven't joined the site yet, please come over, join the site, and we shall see you Saturday. And next Wednesday will definitely be longer because that is definitely a bigger kit to go through. I hope you guys have a great night, and I'll see you next time. Take care, everybody, and bye-bye.